Well, Vicki, turning now to the state of the 2024 presidential race, we're taking a look at Florida, where a few of the state's most prominent politicians are vying for the Republican nomination. Ultimately, one very powerful voting bloc, Hispanic Americans, will have a lot to say. The largest group in that voting bloc is from Cuba. NBC News Daily anchor Morgan Radford joins us now from Miami. Morgan, hope you're enjoying it down there. So I know there are three Republican candidates with ties to Florida. In addition to the former president, Donald Trump, there's Florida Governor Ron Desantis and Miami Mayor Francis Suarez. Of course, no group is a monolith, but what are the candidates doing to shore up Hispanic support right now?
Zingley, it's a great question, and thank you so much. Look, for starters, each of the campaigns has already lined up surrogates in the Cuban-American community to speak on their behalf. So we've also seen each candidate do interviews for Spanish-language media. In fact, you may remember Trump himself actually went on Spanish-language radio the day before he appeared in a federal court here in Miami for his arraignment. But after speaking to voters, political experts, and campaign surrogates for all three candidates, the runaway favorite among Cuban-American voters here in Florida is not the Cuban mayor of Miami. It's not the governor. It's ex-President Donald Trump, the man who only got 17% of the Cuban-American vote in the state's 2016 primary. So when it comes to this time around, take a listen to what voters told us.
I support ex-President Donald Trump. To me, he has been one of the best person the United States had so far. Economy, freedom, religion freedom, any kind of freedom.
You kind of like can't say that you support Desantis because they will go after you. They feel that you're a traitor to Trump if you do this.
So you can see, obviously, Zinkley, that Donald Trump is far and away the top candidate at this point among Cuban Americans. But of course, we know that anything can happen.
Yeah, anything can happen. You say at this point, I mean, 2024 is ways away. So tell us more about the polling down there in Florida. Briefly, what does it tell you?
Yeah, Zinkley, the polling's really interesting because it sort of echoes what we're hearing on the ground from voters. One recent poll shows a 20-point gap between Trump and Desantis right now statewide, and that's really across all ethnic backgrounds. But when you just sort of take a pause and you look a little bit closer, Trump has an almost 39 percentage point advantage among Latino residents of the state. And of course, Cuban Americans make up the single largest Hispanic or Latino ethnic group in Florida, more than a quarter of its Latino population. It's worth noting that Mayor Suarez, he was not included in that poll when it was taken. Florida's Republican primary date is set for March 19th, so all eyes will be looking ahead to that round. Zinkley.
All right, Morgan Radford, thank you so much.